just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her skies. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far, the girl that I forgot. You let her go, catacombs. You let her go, let her go, catacombs. You let her go. She just shakes her ears. She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears. She's falling too far. Oh baby, don't leave me going crazy, 'cause I'm restless here. Oh baby, only you can take me, 'cause I belong to fear. You know my tears, they run right into rivers, flowing under mountains, can't get high. I'm onto something, turning into nothing, looking for a reason. Tell me why I'm bound to you. You know my tears, they run right into rivers, flowing under mountains, can't get high. I'm onto something, turning into nothing, looking for a reason. Tell me why I'm bound to you.
Well then.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Game 3 of what has been an outstanding series between Jeek and University of Ulster. My God, Dawood, I did not expect that Game 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Katanko in the second game popped off massively. You said, what, 10-0 now was the score of the last game? The amount of damage he dealt was insane. And every single time, going for those picks, getting that damage out there and just getting with the burst. Again, I guess he made up for the fact that in the first game, every time he tried to nuke someone down with the unleashed power, he just wasn't able to, and they survived with like little much HP. But in the second game, he made sure that no one survived with any HP whatsoever and just completely destroyed everyone.
And a lot of that was from BGS Curtis, who just enabled them. You know, got into that mid lane, got him the kills early, got him snowballing, and just he wiped people off the floor. But even then, in general, it was just stronger across the board from them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that Gragas ban made a massive difference because Geek Squad decided to go with the Ivern ban instead rather than the Gragas, and then immediately Ulster University, just something clicked with them. They're like, okay, sure, give us the jungler. I'd love that. And then immediately, the amount of pressure definitely showed with what BJS Curtis can actually do when he's playing a champion that's actually very comfortable for himself, and definitely made a massive impact on the game. And honestly, again, from the beginning of the game, Geek Squad were trying to think, it doesn't really matter for us. We have the Lee Sin, we have a little bit of early pressure as well. We're going to go for the late game scaling compositions, but the Azrael was just not able to do as much as we thought. Yes, he was able to pick up the Jhin and the Soraka in the backline in a couple of team fights, but when it actually mattered, when basically everything came down on a knife's edge sort of deal, but again, Ulster University just came out massive in that game, and honestly, I'm very hyped that we're going to Game 3, and we're going in right now.
Yeah, and we're loading into the pick and ban. You can see Lulu is going to be the first one banned, pretty much standard across the board. But the question I'm going to give to you is, do you think they ban the Gragas? Like, they have a lot to play with here. They haven't really mixed it up, and we're going into the final game of this series. They need to fix something.
What they can actually do is not ban the Gragas and keep with their same bans. They're the ones who actually have first pick priority in this game, which means they can pick the Gragas for Gulag and then just allow Ulster University to ban the Zac, ban whatever they want, but they're just going to say, it doesn't really matter, we're going to take your main jungler, and then it's just going to make it easier for us, really, and making it harder for you. And look at this, immediately, Katanki's Syndra taken away.
Yeah, he tried to show up in the first game, but really showed up in the second, so I'm not surprised to see them.
Ivern actually got taken away
as well. So yeah, they really don't want Gulag to get his hands on it.
The thing is,
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Immediately, they're just going to say it doesn't really matter because Dark Magic doesn't play the Fiora, and if he does pick it up, Chomp can still rotate towards the Shen or something like, and then just be more of a utility. But again, really good call to go with the Gragas, just because Dark Magic doesn't really play it, so they still come out superior in the draft this time.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go back towards that Jhin as well. And that was the thing, Horny Ghoul, they weren't able to burst him down. So even though he was kind of out of the fight, he just opened up with the curtain call, which meant that he was still able to be a factor. I don't think you lock in Heimer.
Yeah, it's going to be Soraka again.
But yeah, the Soraka again. And it worked out so well for them in the last time as well, keeping a lot of their members alive. It was a solid pick for Obstin.
Yeah, it's not just that really, it's because they're basically using all the resources to try and take out the Soraka, which means that the Jhin is left alone to deal a lot of damage, which is just doesn't really matter. They want to go for it regardless, and now you have the Fiora again. They picked the Gragas in the first rotation, and the second rotation immediately. What they think is, you see from my point of view, if Chomp isn't allowed to go on a split pusher like the Fiora, like the Renekton, a Darius, something like that, something with it, like a force to be reckoned with in the top lane, he's not going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. So immediately the Fiora locks in, and I love the fact that Wagwan gets the Braum, because I think 70% of his games throughout the group stages, the semifinals and the quarterfinals as well, were all Braum.
Yeah, and it gives so much to the team as well, because of course you were talking about split push style in the Fiora, you got big disengage with that Glacial Fissure, so it fits so well. But the real question is now, what do you lock in on the side of University of Ulster?
With the Ziggs.
Oh, that's one.
I mean, they just have a lot of long-range poke. You get the Deadly Flourish with the Curtain Call, of course, coming out from Horny Gold. Then you have Katanki with the Mega Inferno Bomb, Kobe. They might be able to get a couple of those, but definitely good pick up. Interested to see what they're going to ban next. Immediately, I mean, I think they've been scarred somehow by the Caitlyn that they decide to always ban. It's always the first ban and their second base for them, so they just don't want to give that to Jeek. But he still has a couple of options available, because on the Ezreal, he's doing well. And on the first game when he played the Varus as well, he's also doing well, getting a lot of picks, getting a lot of ultimates in there, and just facilitating the team to do a lot better. And again, look at this, Zac, this time WIT are the ones taken away, so there's a couple of bans being thrown here, but still, honestly, from my point of view, WIT are definitely coming up superior in this draft so far.
Yeah, and I like this. You don't need to really ban the top lane, because Dark Magic hasn't been the strong point on these. He's played now 2 games in a row, and in both games was definitely the weakest point of his team, so I wouldn't mind seeing him pick up something else. He knows it's against the Fiora. What can he bring to the table?
I mean, the Galio's open, unless they actually ban it now. But no, the Galio wouldn't really fare well against the Fiora. They're going to take away the Elise, they're going to focus again onto BJS Curtis. Honestly, in this scenario, they can either pick their jungler or their top laner. But jungler or top laner already picked for WIT, so it doesn't really matter what they pick. There's nothing going to happen. They're not going to get a counter-picked regardless. So in the top lane, just looking at what Dark Magic actually played, Nenar's still available for him. He can go for that. It didn't work out well for the first game because Gulag was able to apply a lot of pressure, and And there it is. The Nar's going to get locked in.
Yeah, it just seems to be a comfort pick for him, and particularly when you're up against the likes of Chomp, you want something you feel the most comfortable on. But I have to see if he's going to have a similar performance to Game 1 or can really shine this time around. Yet to do so, but possibly in the Game 3 of this is when you need to bring it out and when you really need to show it. And actually a throwback to the first game again with Varus possibly being locked in.
Yeah, definitely Varus might be locked in for Jeek here, but Victor gonna get locked in for high in the mid lane. Yeah. This is good. This is good because Katanki later on into the game, what he's gonna try and do is basically just wave clear, rotate Kobe. That's basically what Ziggs does, and he smashes turrets. Turrets are just nothing to him. They're rubble within 2 seconds. And then you have the Victor who's just gonna be like, no, you stay away from my turrets. He's gonna constantly keep the wave clear going and deny him being able to actually go towards the turret and actually apply that much damage. And the thing is, they need more wave clear, which means Varus would be the next pick, and it is gonna be that, which means they just have massive amount of wave clear to deny the Ziggs being able to get close enough to apply a lot of the damage towards those turrets, which is pretty good so far for WIT.
And I like this comp coming through for WIT. Of course, you've got, like the Braum there. Blocks a whole lot that Jin wants to do. Blocks a lot that the Gnar wants to do. Because when he goes in, you can just Glacial Fissure, stop it, wipe that off the table. There's no follow-up. So a really strong answer.
Oh, what?
You were talking about it.
I was talking about the move before.
In Game 3. This is what we want.
I can just imagine, right, a Gnar ultimate into an Amumu. That's a lot of damage. And considering the changes to Amumu's ultimate and how it actually works, and actually his passive, whenever he deals magic damage, 10% of it, or actually gets 10% of it is dealt also as true damage as well.
Yeah.
It used to be 15, got nerfed to 10%. We're on 7.8, so that nerf actually went through. But see, the thing is, what I fear with Amumu is the fact that it's always magic damage though. So he actually works a lot better with like AP top laners, for example, like the Rumble. But I guess in this sort of aspect, it could work well with Katanki on the 6.
I'm kind of wondering, the way you have all these combinations of like, Curse of the Sad Bullet time. It's just like boy. A mega sad mummy now.
Oh, why are you gonna pick on a Mumu, man? Poor guy. He already has no friends. Poor
no,
guy.
But it works.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. It does work.
I know.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah. Well, he's mega sad, so. Yeah.
I think Amumu hates you right now.
Yeah.
But I can just imagine Amumu pentakill right here, just out of the blue. And I'd be like, you see, there you go. Amumu knows the stuff, but really excited for this last game. Yeah. Also University and Jeek Squad definitely. First game, honestly, again, Jeek Squad just demolished Ulster and then also came back swinging. I love the idea of if you're stuck against the wall, just bring the wall down, destroy it, bring it down. That's exactly what Ulster did, and they just capitalized on every single chance that they actually had in the second game and the third game. Everything is gonna matter. Every single mistake has to be accounted for.
And that was the thing, their objective control was so good as well. They picked up almost every dragon. I think it was 4 dragons, 5 dragons by the time. Yeah, the outer dragon that spawned. And that's just incredible macro play coming through from that we hadn't really seen in the first game, where they just kind of gave up stuff across the map. But we'll have to see if they're going to be able to do it for Game 3. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise!
That's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. I'm actually looking at is that a helmet? That looks like a minion helmet sort of thing.
Helmet Bro died again.
What?
Helmet Bro died again.
Oh, come on, man. Why are you going to do that?
I'm just making this a really depressing stream right now.
Oh, this is bad. This is just bad. Stop it.
Yeah.
Look at this, BJ Curtis. And he's actually going with the sad bottom Mumu. I don't know what that... I'm not too sure what actually the skin name is. But... Oh, wait. Mumu forgot to buy something here. He went with the... Talisman?
Yep.
Yeah, he went with the Talisman, but he forgot his potions.
Yep.
I don't think Mumu was thirsty.
No, he is. He's gone back to base. He's just realized.
Yeah, there he is. I think he heard us.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Doesn't even matter about it. Here we go. I think he's going to start to... Yeah, he went and got his potions. He must have been reminded, but should be fine. Mumu does deal well against like a lot of the camps that have a lot of minions. For example, like the Raptors. He's one of the people that doesn't have a problem clearing it because of how his E works, how his tantrum works. He just constantly throws tantrums every time someone hits him.
Yeah.
I like to throw tantrums too. They're fun.
We've noticed. It's okay.
I just throw a pillow called Tantrum.
Oh, okay.
See?
Nice. Yeah, that's good. We have to see. Kind of looking at Gulag, he had started... when we were looking at BGS Curtis, he actually started with the Raptor start, which allowed him this early gank potential that really snowballed the lanes. But instead now we're actually seeing the Gragas opt for the red buff. And actually, the Mumu as well does very well at clearing the Raptors. So interesting to see these guys start for the buffs instead.
Yeah, definitely. And now we're going to be seeing a little bit more. You see Gulag starting towards the red buff. He should go towards the Raptors because he does have the level 2. He does have the Q and the E, which means, and again, I love the fact that the W actually does AoE damage, and he's one of those few champions that has every single spell be able to do a lot of AoE damage, which means his clear in the jungle is actually pretty good. And that's why I think that actually Gragas might be coming back towards the jungle, and he is a flex pick towards the top end jungle. And again, you don't really have a lot of information when you actually first pick him, so they could have rotated him towards Chomp in the top lane. But Chomp again, he's going as the Fiora against the Gnar one more time. So we're going to have a Game 1 remake in the top lane here. But what is Dark Magic going to do about it? Because in the first game, Gulag was playing the Ivern.
Yep. And a lot of pressure in that early to the top side of the map early on as well. 2 ganks within the first 7-8 minutes anyway meant that they ended up netting a clear advantage for the Fiora. But on the Gragas, he has the tools to do again. We'll have to see if he actually does decide to go for that option. Or maybe try and get something going in the bottom side of the map. I mean, you've got a lot of ways to lock up that Soraka as well on the bottom side.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the fact that they actually have Wagwan on that Braum, so they have the Unbreakable. And they also have his ultimate, the Glacial Fissure as well. He's going to be able to apply quite a good amount of pressure, good engage, disengage as well. Get those knockups going, get the slows going as well. And the thing is, G kind of thrives on this as the Varus because if Braum literally just goes around whacking away, literally just gets one auto attack, gets the concussive blows going, and then you have Jeek, of course, on the Varus. When he gets to the point that he has the Runaan's Hurricane, he's going to be popping those concussive blows 3 at a time.
Exactly, and that could be devastating going into this team, but it should be far enough back. I mean, you wouldn't expect the Ziggs or the Jhin to really be in the middle of the fights and getting those concussive stacks procced, but we'll have to see how the positioning is and the flanks that come in from Gulag and, of course, Chomp. Very similar to how we saw in Game 1. But speaking of the ganks, oh, he doesn't make it over the wall. He's got no escape. High will easily pick them. Oh, no, the red buff. Gulag definitely would have liked to have given that across.
Yeah, I love the fact that red buff actually disappeared as well right after he got that last auto attack in.
It wasn't me. I swear.
I didn't do it, okay. I tried leaving it. But yeah, still first of all going over to the side of WIT, and this is the early pressure we were talking about. The fact that Gulag can still apply a massive amount of early pressure. Just a lot better than the Amumu, because Amumu, yes, he has the Q, he has the bandage toss, he's able to land, able to CC, but then there's no damage. He has nothing to offer when he gets in. But you got the Gragas, he gets the bottom slam, then he gets a slow with the Q, then he has the percentage damage with his W, and it's just everything works really well, and it just synergizes with the team a lot better.
And it was such a nice gank path as well, getting in behind the Ziggs right as about to ward meant that there was no real answer for him once he'd failed the flash, even holding on to the barrier because he knows at that stage that it's just his hopes are gone. But nice first kill picked up for the Gragas. We'll have to see if Gulag decides to repeat, because this is something he's done time and time again, where blows a flash, gets back into the same lane again, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen again.
Yeah, definitely, and the fact that there's no flash, of course, as you said, on Kotoki in the mid lane, Gulag can just constantly keep going there, and I think they both use the summoners at the same time, and I think that Gulag has one of the masteries that reduces 10% of the summoner spells, so that means he just gets his about 20 seconds quicker than BGS Curtis and then Ketonki actually, which means he's going to be able to time it really well to get back into the lane and just keep getting those repeat ganks and see if he can actually force it again or just get a kill before his flash is up.
Yeah, we just will have to be careful of that satchel charge. Can be used as both a disengage and escape for the Ziggs, but we'll be very wary in that lane because, of course, it's so easy to get back in there. And we'll have to see if BGS Curtis can try and lend a hand here, get something back in his favour. Level 5 hit, level 6 coming up very shortly as well. So looking to see where he decides to impact right now. Just hovering around that top side of the map, looking to see if he can get some vision in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking towards the bottom side of the map here for Hornigul and Jeek. And I like the fact that he did pick up the longsword one more time, which means his path to the Bilgewater Cutlass, into the Runaan's, into all those items is just a lot quicker. But here we go. Gulag rotating towards the bottom side of the map. The lane might be pushing here for the side of Ulster University, but there is a control ward. So he knows the fact that there is no vision. They don't know that he's there. So he could rotate again towards the mid lane here, Katonki.
Katanki going aggressive because he thinks he's got Hyde, but here comes Gulag. The barrier will be packed. Turn on to Hyde. Nice flash. Gulag secures the kill. And it's actually Chomp who's found BGS Curtis. He's not going to be able to get again. Will wrap up Chomp underneath the tower.
Don't do it.
Hyde's not there to try and help. You've dived a little bit too far.
Oh!
Shot!
Oh,
No!
wait, there's two more! There's two more!
No!
Oh, the potion!
That was so close. Ooh.
The potion coming out from Chomp. Honestly, I just imagine him like playing in. As soon as he gets in, gets to the last turn, and he's just smashing the keyboard to get the potion going. But it was so close for Chomp. But again, we were talking about the fact that Katanki could get ganked again with the fact that he doesn't have his summoner spell. That happened. And again, free kill going over to the side of WIT, knowing that Katanki doesn't have a summoner spell. So Gulag playing it really well. So here we go again. High. Just go aggressive. He does get the stun here, so tries to get a couple of spells in, gets the Thunderlords as well. Katanki knowing that High can't really do anything. But as soon as the Chaos Sword came down, Gulag comes in, they're able to get that. Last possible second, actually, High flashes out. And then look at this, Chomp trying to get up PGS Curtis, and he wasn't able to proc the last proc of the Grand Challenge to get that ultimate. Then just gets in, tries to get the kill, and again, really good positioning by PGS Curtis to stay away and deny the vital. But look at this, beautifully played by Chomp, almost getting taken down by the minions alone, but potions.
You do realize it was the Dorans played auto that gave him the health to help survive there.
Calculated. We're going to go back to calculated, are we? But yeah, honestly, you're right. The last auto attack, 4% lifesteal, I think? 3% lifesteal. Big difference.
Yeah.
Every auto attack counts.
Yeah, and the pots. Always popular pots. Always easy.
So, and yeah, as soon as you get in a fight
with the minions, it's easy.
Yeah. As soon as you get in a fight, pot.
Yep. But
It actually makes a huge difference, but a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people forget about it. I forget about it literally every time. I just look at my itemization. There's like the potion, 2 stacks, and I'm like, I could have used it.
See, the problem is I tried to pop my potion, forget I'm playing mid lane, and I'm Zonya's.
Nice.
It's happened far too many times. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to talk about it.
This is why I just stick to support. But actually,
Curtis, here we
Gulag
go.
trying to find BGS Curtis. A big curse of the sad money comes down, but it's not going to be enough. The cast comes through, actually. BGS Curtis thrown backwards into the waiting hands of Chomps. He picks up the kill, but Katanki now wants to pick up a kill of his own, but not enough mana to finish that off. And right now, this mid lane has been insane, as now the bot lane wants to join in. It's actually cancelled by Braum Wagwan saying not today, but actually, he might be in trouble, forced to flash away, but WIT coming up big through this mid lane.
Yeah, and again, honestly, Chomp has constantly been rotating towards the bottom side of the map, or just towards the river, because immediately he was in the enemy jungle, and just BGS Curtis gets caught out, Chaos Storm, and of course with his W gets stopped by the Victor. And I love the fact that Chomp got the last kill. He knew that he was going to be able to survive with his ultimate, or rather with the Grand Challenge, and this decides to dash out, gets some movement speed extra from Katanki, proccing his passive, and then was able to get out free. And again, honestly, just really good rotations by WIT, because every single time I think we've seen those kills, Chomp has been in the picture. He's been there, but I think it's just making a huge impact here.
Yeah, and something that's really interesting, though, is if we're looking at this mid lane consistency, despite the fact that it's been WIT with the leads, it's actually the Ziggs who's up on farm. Nearly, 10 CS lead now, but he'll be able to pick up the farm once it gets to his third. And it looks like High might be struggling a little bit with Katanki, which is why we're seeing so much pressure towards there.
Yeah, I think it's not only the problem of him struggling towards the mid lane with just picking those minions up. I think it's also a problem where High is just not too sure what to do when the lane's actually getting pushed in towards him. He just thinks, oh, I'll just kill 1 or 2 minions and then I'll back away. But then Katanki's like, it doesn't really matter. As soon as you back, pop a bomb, kill a couple of minions, and then the minions die under the turret. It's not only making a difference for gold, it's making a difference for XP as well. And the fact that Katanki will be able to get that extra lead, get that little bit of XP going, might be able to get ahead in some way, just to relieve a little bit of the pressure. But here we go. BGS Curtis knows that Gulag is there.
They found Gulag, but the Gragas has an awful lot of damage. Actually, BGS Curtis goes in with the bandage toss. But there's the Ziggs ultimate. Dark Magic is going to finish off. Yes, he will. But now it's actually Chomp who gets the kill. The Grand Challenge goes down, healing up quite a significant amount. Chomp is on the chase for the Nar, who's got the slows. But Katanki's just over the wall. They don't realize. Oh, not quite enough damage. Chomp is now in a lot of trouble. Actually, there's the bomb. One more, the flash for the parry. He's able to get the heal. Doesn't dodge out of the last auto. High won't be able to finish them off either. That was so close, though.
Yeah, that was, again, this time, Ulster University thinking, yeah, you can rotate all you want, but we're coming with you this time. And really good rotations coming out from them. Katanki coming off the back, BJ Curtis and Dark Magic focusing a lot of their damage onto Gulag, whereas Chomp on the back is just able to dish out a lot of his damage as well. But we're going to get a replay here, and I love the fact that, again, there was a ward, so they knew that Gulag was there. They went at the exact same time. Chomp able to rotate, but because the lane was pushing in favor of C9 High, or rather in favor of Katanki, he's able to rotate a lot quicker. He was taking a little bit of a longer path for some reason, and again, Chomp trying to get a kill actually on Dark Magic, just taking his time, being a little bit greedy with this, narrow-visioned, and he just decides to walk a little bit too late away from the team fight, and just Katanki able to pick up a free win, or a free kill rather.
Yeah, and that was the thing. They knew Katanki was there because he was spotted on the ward that was in the tribe bush, but they still thought they had enough damage to take down Dark Magic and between them pick up the kill onto the Ziggs, but it just wasn't enough. And now respecting that semi-global ult that can come through with the Ziggs, so putting down
he's definitely forcing a lot of flashes actually. Every single time he tries to use his ultimate, he's forcing flashes mid, he's forcing flashes top now, and Katanki definitely starting to mount up the pressure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Once you start to leave your lane like that as high, Ziggs will just go through your turrets like there's no tomorrow, particularly with the Sash's charge. Being able to just demolish turrets underneath at 30% HP, I think it is, or
25, I think.
25, yeah, at the beginning. So that's just, it's a big buff to him, and you've got to be careful, particularly when you're going on these roaming plays.
Yeah, definitely, and we're looking towards the objective, and I love the fact that the first dragon is actually an important one. Not to say that all dragons are important, but Mountain Drake, first one, you give that away to a Ziggs, you're in deep trouble. You're already in trouble because you're against the Ziggs. You have a good amount of wave clear, so you're able to stop him. But if he also has a Mountain Drake, that's just even worse. We can already see BJ Curtis going towards the bottom side of the map. Gulag was there before, but decides to back away. BJ Curtis is just waiting for the right moment to go in. Decides to back away, knowing that he can't do anything. He might use the Blast Cone to jump over. He's just waiting for it right now. Gulag. Just gonna walk around the jungle.
Yeah. Just gonna take a
Got
little
a bump
bit.
to the face.
Yeah.
I think those must have hurt though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially that it's like, you know, with the Alchemist class everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think, like, one of the really old movies actually for, I think it was Tomorrow, I don't know, one of the James Bond movies where, like, there's a lot of gems, explosion happens, guys has, like, diamonds in his face. That sort of thing. Except it's glass. Not pretty glass.
But actually, what the class
Oh, here
is
comes
this back
BJ
to the bottom lane,
Curtis.
but instantly stopped. But Robster thrown into the middle, force a flash away. He throws down the ultimate to keep himself healthy, and the bomb goes down to the Jeek. Wagwan and Jeek are not going to escape. Horny Ghoul picks up one. The deadly flourish will be up in just a moment, but there comes High. Horny Ghoul's got a little bit too far for Chomp. Double kill in the back line. He's looking for a third. Not going to be able to pick it up. He's going to be forced to retreat as now Katanki and Dark Magic are on the hunt, but that was a complete turnaround there. A 2 for 3 by WIT.
Yeah, WIT's TP came a little bit earlier than Dark Magic towards the bottom side of the map, but still 2 for 3 in the end. They're going to try and wave clear as much as possible. They're trying to stop Katanki, but the ultimate came out and did so much damage in that bottom lane. The fact again that I think it was Horny Ghoul definitely narrow-visioned, tunnel-visioned so hard trying to get that last auto attack onto Jeek. And he even used the heal to actually try and secure the kill. But you can already see BJ Curtis coming from the tri-bush. Gulag trying to get in from a lane gank here. And he immediately got stopped by Jeek with Arrow of Corruption. Gulag saw a chance, tried to see if they can nuke down Robster, but too much healing. Look at all that going down. And the massive, massive damage from them again, Inferno Bomb. Horny Ghoul gets in, goes for the win kill. Now watch the backline though. Chomp is actually doing so much damage onto Robster. He's focusing the backline, and that's exactly what you can't really ignore. The fact that Fiora is dealing so much damage in the backline right there. And you can't really just leave her with your AD carries and with your supports.
Yeah, and you can see Chomp in that top lane. The second that fight kicked off, he actually went over and started to get up towards his tower, so he's safe to make that TP play, whereas Nar just wasn't prepared for it at all. There was already the calls in place for them to make that play, and it worked out fantastically.
Yeah, definitely, and I think WIT, thinking what happened in the first game, or rather in the second game for them, they actually took a loss. They were a little bit passive in their play. They were thinking it doesn't really matter, we'll just wait for the late game, but if you just sit there and wait and let the enemy control the game, get the objectives. You saw they got 4 dragons. Yeah. They didn't give away a single dragon. And the fact that they were able to secure the Elder and get that massive damage to their boost to their damage rather, it just made it so easy for Ulster University. But this time they're thinking, no, we can't really give them a lot of breathing room. We're gonna try and get the hammer down and just keep the pressure going.
And that's kind of what I like about the Ziggs as well, is that it slows everything down because you've got this Mega Inferno Bomb to just hold the side waves. So now even if they fall slightly far behind, they've still got control of the map. But right now, they haven't really been given an inch, and that's what I wanted to point out, was that yes, WIT are 3 kills up. It's only 600 gold though. That's nothing, particularly when they're going to get first turret.
Yeah, but look at Katanki, he's just shredding through that turret. There comes a settle charge, and boom goes the turret. That should be the first brick gold going over to Ulster University. But considering there's 4 people there, they're each getting about 133 gold, I think. 100 gold, yeah, 100, about that much. Because it's usually about 650 gold, and it's all global. So they are getting about 150, 175 actually, per person.
Yeah, and you're also leaving Chomp on the top side by himself, which means they can start to push in, get some decent damage on this turret, as Dark Magic doesn't have the TP and is going to be taking a long time to get up there, but is actually just going to back up and pick, I'm assuming, the Ravenous Hydra again, but Titanic could also be an option.
Yeah, no, he's going to go for the Ravenous Hydra. He has enough gold for it now. And
Lobster! You are found and you are gone! Gulag is not afraid to burn that flash for these kills.
Yeah, especially that he has the Runic Echoes as well on his smite, so getting that extra beefy damage, but immediately saw an opportunity, immediately gonna go for it, get the damage and get the kill. So I love the fact that he immediately just didn't even think about it. He saw, okay, Rasmussen there, I'm gonna go. That's a support, that's one of the main targets, and just gets the kill so quick. And that means they get a little bit of breathing room towards the bottom side of the map, where Jeek and Gulag are gonna be able to get a couple of hits on the turret, maybe able to take it down. Hornigo's gonna be there on his own. He does have the backup from VGS Curtis, so they're still able to defend it for now.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We're waiting on these big team fights to kick off and really look and see what goes. Actually, Gulag has found Horny Ghoul, but Wagwan and Jeek can go aggressive. There's the curse of Sad Money underneath the tower, which is not where we want to be. Wigwan forces out the Glacial Fissure to stop them and push them back. But with Soraka there, she'd be happy able to heal them up. First shot goes wide, second connects onto Gulag, but it's only a parting shot as they won't be able to secure anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the fact that Gulag actually stepped in front of Jeek and of Wagwan, and he actually used his W as well. He took a sip, which means he got reduced damage as well for like 2.5 seconds, or 1.5 seconds actually. So, you know, every little bit helps. Oh, the parry coming out from Dark Magic though.
Yeah, he's able to dodge away from the Mega Gnar though, and Dark Magic is going to go underneath the turret, trying to get the damage down. He'll get him! And that's exactly what we saw in Game 1. Chomp going big on the Fiora.
Yeah, he's only 4-1-1 now, and he's able to get the kill. He's able to get the regen from the Ravenous Hydra, so he can dive with a little bit more confidence this time, and he's able to get the kill, and he's going to be left alone against the top side.
The body slam goes wide. Katanki's able to escape on the satchel, but that was so close.
Yeah, but Chomp, in the meantime, got a kill in the top lane, and he's going to get himself a fancy turret, extra gold, and honestly, 30 CS ahead of Dark Magic in the top lane. He's able again to get that lead, and again he's gonna cause so many problems for the side of Ulster University, because we saw in the first game he forced so many members to actually go towards the top lane to actually try and stop him, and then WIT just controlled the game from there, and we're gonna get a beautiful replay here. And I love the fact Chomp decides to go back as soon as he dashes in, gets the stun coming out from Dark Magic. Beautiful, beautiful riposte comes in, gets the stun, immediately thinks, there we go, I can actually pop the Grand Challenge, gets in, pops 2, pops 3, forces the flash out of Dark Magic, still thinks, I have a lot of HP, I have the Ravenous Hydra, I can dive, I can get the kill.
Yeah, and that he does, and this is exactly what we saw in Game 1, where the rest of the team were doing fine, but once this Fiora got going, they didn't have any way of dealing with it. And when you got the Amumu there, yes, he's got a bit of CC, but you don't have the damage to take down this Fiora. And this is dangerous play coming through from University of Ulster. They set them sights on the Dragon, but everyone from WIT is here.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the side of WIT, they're trying to set up, they're trying to get a little bit of vision by Rift Herald. Love the fact that no one gave him any sort of attention whatsoever. Poor guy. Well, looking towards the Mountain Drake, Chomp was actually split pushing the mid lane, just pushing the wave in to force someone to actually respond and not give a lot of free damage onto the tier 1 turret, which means they force them away from the dragon, and that gives them time to actually go to the pit, remove vision, put their own vision, and maybe try and control the pit. But from that sort of area, it doesn't really work for them because you're going up against an Amumu and a Gnar. And if he's Mega Gnar, you're definitely in big trouble because that is a lot of AoE stuns and a lot of AoE damage. But Dark Magic's Mega Gnar just came up, so it won't be available for the next 18-20 seconds if I'm not mistaken. He's not going to be able to regen that bar just yet.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Now that that's down, this is going to be WIT looking for the fight. They've started up the Dragon, though. Looks like they're going to be forced away. WIT playing very aggressive, trying to get them off of this objective. You can see Robster has got the vision down, so they know where they are. There's going to be no surprises coming through, but right now the surprise might be they don't worry about the Dragon. They're going to go for this bottom lane tower. Force multiple members there away from the Dragon Pit, as you were saying. But it looks like actually Robster...
Oh, look at Dark Magic and BGS
Curtis,
Curtis,
the wrap around behind. You've got so much damage there. The caught between the tower and a lot of damage and CC behind them. They've got to make a choice. They're going in on the carries. They pick up the Soraka. And with that, they've turned onto the backside. Now BGS Curtis is going to go down. The Curtis that money comes down, but it's too little, too late. Dark Magic is going to be the next to fall. Katonki looked up. He goes down. WIT pull a convincing win with the ace.
Chomp just went on an adventure on his own, completely ignoring absolutely everyone under that tower. They were thinking, yes, BGS Curtis and Dark Magic were towards the bottom side of the map. They were behind him. Look at this. Yes, they were trying to siege up the turret. Chomp just going ham on Robster, completely ignoring everything and just destroyed him. And on the back of the fight, Dark Magic and of course BGS Curtis, the main engage tools for the side of Ulster University were away from the carries. That is just the worst thing possible. WIT seeing that chance, focus the turret, get the support kill, and again, just look at him. Look at Chomp. He's literally fighting. He's killing everyone without giving a single
call came out. He just turned directly onto him. It was just, yeah, you're not shooting at my team at all. And one of the other thing was, as you were saying, send one, don't send both. Either the Gnar or the Amumu to flank. Because, as you were saying, once they send the two, it's just too easy to get onto the back line, and it's just absolute disaster. University of Ulster are now very much on the back foot.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the mid lane here, we're looking at Conte the first game. Oh.
Chomp, got him just steal it away, forces flash, and just hops out, but as you're saying, in the mid lane.
Yeah, in the mid lane, I mean, in the first game, we saw Katonki falling back, not being able to do a lot of things, but... Oh! Gulag is going to take a bump to the face yet again. The Gargus is going to be looking like pretty grim at this point. He took so many bumps to the face. It's just disgusting.
It's the power of magic on Summoner's Rift. It just heals you nice back.
And you just, you know, recall to the fountain. It's like magic water. You just wash it over your face and then everything's pretty again. Sorry, Guardian Gragas. that would be
I
good.
hope that's a thing.
I hope
really
it
want
happens.
it to be a thing.
You know, we got Vandal.
Oh, actually,
here we go.
That's a big cast. 3 members blown back versus Sad Money. Doesn't hit the members it needs to. Also, Katonki throwing the Mega Inferno Bomb wide. BGS Curtis is now in the sights of Chomp. He's chasing. High secures the kill there. And this is just disaster for University of Ulster. They're falling like flies. The curtain call is going to open onto multiple low members. Chomp is caught in the jump. They get one back. But right now they need to try and defend this tower. Katonki does have the wave clear if needs be, so won't lose any objectives. But that is dangerous play.
Yeah, still 3 for 2, all in all, coming out in favor of WIT. And here we go, Gulag just trying to deny vision. He wants the control ward, he got greedy for it. But BGS Curtis saying, no, you're going to stay away from it. Bandit shots actually whiffs. But again, Robster being aggressive. He gets caught out, gets obliterated by the Chaos Storm. And again, it just everything unfolds from there. Wagwan focusing, Mega Inferno Bomb, whiffs completely. Chomp on the backline, destroys BGS Curtis as well. And I love the fact that High actually flashed, got the last laser in there. And again, it's the fact that the positioning from Ulster University, the fact that Robster Monhan isn't in the right position. You're not an aggressive support, you're a Soraka. You stay in the back, and that's all you do. You literally just stay there and heal Horny Ghoul, but it's just every single time Gulag sees him, immediately he gets triggered and flashes and basically throws everything to catch the Soraka.
But this is the thing, we saw them the last game as well, where Robster's positioning was lacking to say the least, and he was getting caught out. It wasn't punished in that game, but it's certainly being punished this time. 0-4 at the moment is not where you want to be, and particularly, you know, when BGS Curtis is going in, he wants those heals when he gets in there, because there's so much AoE that comes down and lockup. He just needs that little bit extra to keep him alive. And when his Robster going down time and time again, he's just not able to support him in the way he needs to.
Yeah, definitely. And just looking over here again, actually, Gulag catches out Katanki out of nowhere. Gets himself a free kill. I think we might have something we might have missed. Poor Katanki. I mean, he was popping off in the second game, but he just popped right there.
Yeah. Boop. This isn't a Luden's Echo.
No, Luden's Echo was.
Oh, sorry, I'm confused.
They're different.
The
Okay, they're different sound effects.
different.
Yeah, I'm a sound effect machine. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I'm not gonna do.
I'm gonna start. Yeah, I was gonna start.
No, that's not.
Have we got
happening.
requests? Is this an option now? Just
the only one I'm
chat,
actually
just
thinking is
full of
Deadman's Plate.
requests now.
Deadman's Plate.
Go for it.
No, I'm not doing this. See, I just triggering you there.
I know. I was just excited. I want to hear the noises though. Just anyway,
we'll hear the noises after this game. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll focus on this first.
A few more drinks for that. But
Yes, a lot.
back into it. This is kind of like a reverse of what we were seeing in the last game. You could see high now 7-0-9, whereas Katanki's the one kind of struggling a bit. Yes, he has the 4 kills, but 4 deaths as well. And the Ziggs, who should be so far in the back line, is just they're getting caught out on multiple fronts.
I think it's curse of the sad map. I think it's curse of the blue side.
Yeah,
because the first game WIT was on blue side, they won, and the mid laner again popped off. This time, Ulster University in the second game we're on blue side, Katanki popped off, and now it's WIT again. And definitely 7-0-9 victors, just massive damage coming out. And the fact that he has the Lich Bane, he's going for an Abyssal Scepter pretty soon. Meanwhile, Jeek is just a support carry right now, 0-0 and 11. But
That's
that's
the
with the
most
Runelands and the board, so
aggressive
he's going to be
AD
shredding
carry.
pretty soon.
Oh yeah, but as an AD carry, you know he's screaming, just give me a kill, just one. Just one, that's all I want.
I bet they're actually going to leave him to kill, then the red buff from Gulag kills
Takes
him
it.
again, and then the red buff disappears. Gulag's just, you know that look of the 006 AD carry, and it's like 600 support. And then it gets, that is just beautiful. When
Oh, actually, BG
oh,
is
here we
going
go!
high. He gets melted! Shut down coming through for the Ziggs! And now BGS Curtis on the front. Redemption does not come down in time, but they end up picking up the kill onto the Braum as well. They are locked up for just a little while, but Cheek forced to flash away. Katanki flash forward, but almost to his death as the heal comes in just in time. Gulag is gonna pay for going
here we
over
go.
aggressive.
Chomp's
but
on the way.
Chomp is on his way, but might be too little too late. There's so many slows coming through. He's not going to be able to follow up on this. It's actually the poke is coming down as well. I'm kind of questioning that. I think he had bot side pressure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that fight definitely went in the favor of Ulster University, but that TP could have been cancelled. He could have just TP'd for the pressure, forcing them to go back, cancelled at the last possible second, and destroyed the turret in the bottom lane. But tiny mistakes we're looking at here, but still, I think Ulster University showing that they're still alive in this game, that they still have a chance, they still have a voice, and they're definitely not going down without a fight.
Yeah,
We're actually going to get a quick look here because we saw the fight in the bottom lane, and again, Chomp he was trying to go back, trying to go for a TP, but Dark Magic just wasn't having any of it. And then Chomp was like, you know what, fine, I'll kill you first. He goes for him, gets all the Black Cleaver procs. Again, turret doesn't really matter when he has a Ravenous Hydra, gets the kill, and then decides here to rotate and TP when he could have just killed the turret. But that was all because of Dark Magic, because he stopped that TP.
Yeah, but actually, BGS Curtin has found Chomp. He does have the heals available from the Soraka, but yeah, I think Dark Magic making the correct choice there. He just wanted that heal. To stop the TP for long enough that they could end up making the play on the top side, and that's exactly what he needed to do. As they're going to jump into a pause for just a short bit, as the Dragon has gone across over to University of Ulster, so still showing that
it's
they want the
WIT.
objective. Yes.
Blue
Right
side.
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo. Words. But
English is
still,
hard.
it's good to see that the University of Ulster haven't let themselves fall too far behind. They're still trying to make the plays and the correct calls with stopping the Fjord, because time and time again, Chomp has been the main instigator in winning these fights for his team.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think we're all surprised with the fact that, honestly, their performance has been incredible throughout the series because, again, with all the roster changes, with everyone moving around, Katanki being a jungler going to the mid lane, and then BGS Curtis, who's used to being a support, jumps into the jungle, and it's definitely showing that they're all trying their best.
Yeah.
They're doing as much as they possibly could. And honestly, I love the fact that they're just keeping this up, and the fact that they're still going for it. They're still fighting to their last for this third place spot, and still, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, and we're actually just going to jump back into the Rift now. You can see a lot of members actually of University of Ulster are up in this top side red jungle, trying to see if they can get some vision control back on this Baron, which is up. But also we're going to have the Elder Drake up in just a few moments as well, with that Ocean Drake being taken.
Yeah, and I believe because the Drake was actually taken down at about 29 minutes, 10 seconds, 6 minutes on the clock, means Elder Drake is going to be spawning at about 35-10. So definitely going to be a pretty OP objective. Considering it's only 2 Drakes, it's not really a big deal like the 4 Drake that we had in the last game. The maximum damage that the WIT can actually get out of it is about 135 damage, true damage. And also University can only get 45 out of it. But again, Siege being set up. Oh, BGS Curtis!
Engage on the high. He's the main target for the Mumu, and he's going to fall. Wagwan trying to block up as much as he can, but it's not going to be enough. Another bandage toss finds the target. The curtain call opens up while on the backside. Dark Magic just get bullied by Chomp, but Chomp is now going to try and join in to this fight. You can see the remaining members are running for their life. Chomp is setting them sides.
They're trying to go for a counter here.
Yeah, they're trying to get the counter engage off, but they're just not being allowed. The poke is too much coming from the Sigs, and they're forced to try and back away.
Thing is, I don't think that they're actually supposed to go for anything right now because the side of WIT don't have any more disengage. Their Wagwan is already taking out Arrow of Corruption from Jeek, is already gone as well. So is the explosive cast coming from Gulak. So if they decided to go for a re-engage, that would have been the worst idea possible. But BGS Curtis getting 2 out of 2 bandit tosses right there. Beautiful play. The side of Ulster University think this is what we need to do. We need to go for picks. We need to destroy just these certain people. Get high out of there. He's their most fed player slash person slash champion. He's the most fed person on the Rift at this point, and they definitely just want to take him out of the fight before it even begins. And you can actually see Chaos Storm is still available, so he had no reaction time. Both the summoners are available as well, so really good call by Ulster University, and just immediate burst coming up from their side.
Well, actually, BGS Curtis has found Chomp. We'll have to see if there's enough damage between the two of them to take him down. Right now, the heals come through. BGS Curtin is not able to help him out too much. Here comes Horny Ghoul, though, to try and finish him off. Chomp is staying alive for so long. The Mummy is on the run. He turns his sights onto Horny Ghoul now. They're not able to keep him down. That's the truck. He kills him. Chomp is unstoppable. They take the Baron as well. WIT coming up big across the map.
What the actual hell just happened? Chomp 1v3 and still getting a kill, still alive, and WIT just thinking, hey, 3 members in bottom lane, free Baron, and they just secure out of nowhere. WIT just with this massive outplay right here, and they're going to go for another fight.
Well as actually Arrow of Corruption onto Katonki. He falls to high. BGS Curtis' neck on the map. He gets locked up as the concussive blow stacks land. Bandage toss goes in. BGS Curtis gets out.
He's still targeting behind the turret.
Actually, Dark Magic is able to secure a kill onto the Victor, but right now they are running as down on the bot side. Fiora is pushing into that turret. There's a lot of pressure still on the table for WIT.
Katonki, their wave clear, is still dead for about 25 seconds. Their siege can keep going towards the bottom side and the mid lane as well. They're trying their best, but there's only so much they can do right now with the amount of power that they actually have. Wagwan gonna get picked off here.
Gonna get caught out. He's gonna get locked up. He's gonna go down. Sticking around a little bit too long as the rest of his team is backed off. But WIT really taking a commanding lead in this.
This is what we're talking about. Look at this. Chomp just immediately. No repause here. He just waits for the right time to go for it. Keeps the damage going because, look at this. Right here he got stunned, but no damage because of the Grand Challenge. Forcing the flash out of BGS Curtis. He doesn't have flash at this point. He could have chased him down and gotten the kill, but then he decides, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go for Horny Ghoul. And look at this damage. This is insane. What the Fiora is actually able to do, and then Nar just decides, yeah, I can't do anything about it, and just walks away.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you're sending an Amumu and a Nar who's behind to deal with this Fiora, it's never going to work out in your favor. There's just no damage there to actually take her down. And when she's gone with the Ravenous Hydra and now working up towards the Bloodthirster, you're going to need multiple members with lots of damage to try and take her down.
And a Spirit Visage.
Yeah.
That's extra heals with the Bloodthirster as well. That is just broken for the side of WIT on that Fiora. And this is what we were talking about before. If you give Chomp a split pusher, if you give him the Fiora, he's going to force 2-3 members towards the top side or the bottom side, and regardless of the Rift. What?
And still come out on top?
Exactly! He didn't die and he got a kill. And the fact that Baron again went over to WIT, that right there was all on Chump because he was able to buy so much time, was able to get the kill in the end. Great shot calling from WIT.
Yeah, and right now he's drawn members across the map, pushing in towards this tower, and this looks like a repeat of what he saw in previous games. Chump quite capable of diving these towers. You can see Meganar has been popped, but it's not just going to be able to clear the wave a little bit. Hornigul along with Katonki clearing out these waves. Now, some of the Baron buffs have been cleared, but it's still tough to get through just how much damage is going on to these turrets.
Yeah, definitely you can already see WIT trying to set up a siege in the top side and the bottom side of the map. Baron minions should survive for about 1 more minute, if I'm not mistaken. Elder Dragon 15 seconds.
On the bot side, though, force him away from the tower. She should be able to clear up this tower. You can see Jin's forced to go across.
Forcing more people to
WIT
go for a fight.
Set the fight in onto this top side. Fiora's forced to flash away as the curtain call comes down. There's multiple members on bot side. Now they're going to go for the engage. Robster again on the front line, but he's able to escape over the wall. Katonki trying to hold his own against 4 members of WIT, but they're going to be happy to take the inhib. But here comes BGS Curtains. Curse the Sad Mummy is still there. Glacial Fissure comes down just to try and force them off. But right now, the base has been cracked, but unable to take the inhibs.
Yeah, but I think it's still pretty well for the side of WIT. You saw again, everyone from the side of Ulster University had to try and rotate. They had to try and stop the Fiora, but immediately 4 people towards the bottom to stop the 1 split pusher. And Dark Magic, the thing is, he had to back up because Dark Sage, or oh boy, they're starting the Elder Drake here. This is going to be a very bold call. Chomps down for 20 more seconds.
Yeah, he does have the TP, but it's going to be a long time before he's up. There goes the Curse, the Sad Mummy. Zonius comes out for a high to keep along for a little while longer, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Wagwan goes down. High's going to fall to that. Oh no! The Mega Nerd the wrong direction, pushed him up, but Cheek is still in the middle of the fight. The 2 carries are down for WIT. Greg is trying to buy time. They're chasing him down. The auto, there it is! Comes out for Hornigul. The Dragon is going to go across the University of Ulster, and this is far from over.
And that's what their movement does. The triple Curse of the Sad Mummy right there, and the fact he was able to knock up or block up 3 members from the side of WIT turned the fight around. Immediately nuked the carries out of the fight. This could be the Elder Drake Fiora. I don't think Chomp can actually steal this. He doesn't have a smite, but Elder Drake going over to Ulster University.
Yeah, this is just great.
I mean, look at this. They're 4v5 right now. And again, watch BGS Curtis. Perfect timing. Kulak not able to block him out. The silence coming down as well, denying any sort of escape at the start of it. And look at High. Yes, Dark Magic actually whiffed the Gnar out of it. He pushed him away, but Hornigold doesn't really matter. He has so many crits. And again, Cheek, no one to peel for him. And then they just picked them off one by one. And Ulster University coming out swinging once more.
Yeah, and you don't have the poke to go in there. You've actually lose that because of the likes of the Ziggs and the Hornigul on Jin. Just able to put down so much damage from afar. So you can't try and contest these if you don't have Chomp, who's been your big, beefy, and so much damage coming out from this from Fiora. It's been absolutely crazy. You can't take those fights. Don't take those fights, because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, definitely. I think at this point, WIT know what they need to do. Baron going to be coming up in 1 more minute. Elder Drake lasting for about 2 more minutes here. And looking at WIT, what they need to do, the vision needs to be coming down pretty soon here. I'm just looking at what they're supposed to be doing. There's a little bit of vision behind. You can see there's a control ward right on the bush next to the Krugs on top lane on the red side of Ulster University. So that could be the potential TP coming up from Chomp, but this is the problem. There's no inhibitor turrets. They have 2 open inhibs in the top lane and in the bottom lane, and if you don't stop Chomp, he's going to take down those inhibitors and he's going to force you to back. And then again, WIT put Ulster University in a position where they go for the Baron, and meanwhile they have to stop Chomp from split pushing.
They have to act fast. They've made the call. They're going to try and stop the Fiora, but she's just going to back away and move up towards that top side. You can see University of Ulster are forced right back onto their side of the map, not wanting to pull the trigger when they can lose so much in such a short space of time.
Yeah, but look at this. The fact that Hornigul is towards the bottom side of the map is not good. Chomp did not actually complete the recall. He's still towards the bottom side of the map. He still has the split push going, and Hornigul is there. You should go and rotate towards the Baron. And honestly, this is the thing. Dark Magic has to try and find a way to stop the split push, but WIT can start the Baron right now, and they can pull the trigger on this, or they can pull the trigger on the fight.
They just spotted Horny Ghoul on the bottom side of the map, and that's going to be, as you were saying, they start up the Baron. There's no one around.
BGS Curtis, what are you doing? Here comes the TP though.
They end up backing away.
Pull
That's
away.
the TP.
That's what they should do.
They cancel the TP. Fiora can now join the fight. As you're saying, the control ward is still in the back of the pit. They need to be so careful. Fiora's on the inhib.
Oh,
BGS Curtis getting locked up. Curtin caught on the backside. He's not able to get it off. Curtis Sad Money goes down. So many shields, but there's no damage. Katonki takes some partying damage come from high as well. You can see Dark Magic and Chomp are dueling it down in the top side around this inhib. And
the bottom side
can rinse and repeat. Katonki's going back to deal with this.
That's the thing.
They're going straight for the Baron again.
Look at the rotations. If Soraka and Hornig will actually show up towards the bottom side, he got the inhibitor. He did his job. BGS Curtis could be going for the steal here. 5,000 HP on the Baron.
He's got to come up big. 3,000 damage. Katonki gets taken out. BGS Curtains is running. Both junglers are outside of the pit. Brom goes down. BGS Curtain has just run his rings around WIT. He will fall. But you can see Jin and Horny Ghoul have made their way across. He's bought enough time. Dark Magic is with his team. He's looking for the engage. They have 2 carries versus 1. What can do? No! He goes down! Gulag flashes over, but not able to get up the stun. Gulag is locked up for just a moment. Robster's on the wrong side. Oh, big Greg!
What the hell?
Gragas drops! But his Horny Ghoul still needs to be careful. He does have the heals coming through. WIT trying to push in towards this inhib.
Oh, they're going to be greeting for this. But they're going to have to recall. They can get it.
They can, but we'll have to see what they end up going for after this. 13 seconds on the Ziggs. They're backing up. No answer. WIT get the first inhib.
That was a prolonged team fight. They still end up peeling off the Baron, but I love the fact that they go for the Baron and then they immediately peel off and try and go for the fight. You can watch here already. They know BGS Curtis is there. They're not risking the 50-50, and they decide to go for it. 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, doesn't really matter. High rotates. Bursts down Katonki, and they immediately just try. It doesn't really matter. We can't really go for the Baron. They go for the kills. And again, 2v1 in the top lane. Fiora got taken down by Horny Ghoul. But again, just BGS Curtis here gets picked up. Easy kill for the set WIT. But again, Trump left it alone in the bottom side of the map, and Dark Magic just not able to stop him, giving away a free inhibitor, and they're able to get a top lane inhibitor too. What they can do is wait for the minions to pressure in the base, get those super minions going, and then force a Baron fight. And even if Ulster University try and contest it.
Oh, here we go! BGS Curtis. The Spanish toss goes wide. High is safe for the moment. The curtain call goes wide. 1, 2, 3. Last shot. Not going to be enough. BGS Curtains falls to Cheek, and now he's gone in the defensive. Flash forward for the double kill. Can it be the triple? It's going to actually be Katonki running for his life on the backside. Chomp secures that one. The triple kill for the Varus. Dark Magic is all they have left, and I think they've just run out. WIT running for the base.
Yeah, and here comes the TP. They have super minions at the bottom lane. They decide to stop it as well, just for a good measure, but they should be able to get the first Nexus turret within the first couple of seconds here. And this looks like it is going to be going to the game and the series going over to WIT.
This is going to be the series. Gulag will be quite happy to tank this up. Super minions for a little while longer. Dark Magic trying to make it happen, but it's not going to be enough. WIT, Geek Squad, take up the win.
One hell of a series and one hell of a way to start us off for the day. We still have 2 more series to go, but Ulster University and Geek Squad.
I don't know if I can manage it.
It's alright, it's okay. You can get a break, but we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Honestly, I am ready. My body is ready for today, but let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that game
was absolutely phenomenal. Don't go anywhere. We have so many more exciting games ready for you as the day goes on, and I am so looking forward to this.
Yeah, of course, after the break we have DCU Titans and NCI Panthers going up for the Division 2 title. We'll be right back.